One of the most anticipated new vehicle launches for 2022 is the Ford Everest that we have here. However, instead of checking out the top spec Ford Everest Titanium 4x4 just like everybody else, let's take a peek at the mid-spec trim, the Ford Everest Sport 4x2. Let's do this. Nong, it's such a great day to go walking around the village.
Naku, Regan, I'm not young enough anymore to take a walk around the village.
No, don't worry, Nong. I got you covered. I brought for you the Sport mobility scooter.
Really?
Sheesh!
Oh, wow! This looks really sporty and awesome.
Yes, Ninong, for sure. You know, the Sport mobility scooter was inspired by a sports car. It's compact, it's lightweight, and you can even fold it as a trolley. So, give it a shot, Nong.
Let's take this baby for a ride. Come on.
The Sport has a range of 20 kilometers continuous driving and only needs 4 hours to reach a full charge. With a top speed of 10 kilometers per hour, you can keep up with even the fastest walkers out there.
Maganda nga ito, Regan. How much is this?
Well, Ninong, the Sport mobility scooter retails for 165,000 Philippine pesos. But if you call their hotline and mention Regan, you will get special freebies. With Sport, you can be stylish and be unstoppable. Back to you, Regan. Hello guys, I'm Regan and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I invite you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, click that like button, and enjoy the show. Also, special thanks to Ford Otis Manila for providing the Ford Everest Sport 4x2 to do this car feature. If you are in need of any Ford and you're within the area, head on down here to Ford Otis Manila and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the hotline in my pinned comment below. When it comes to mid-size 7-seater pickup-based SUVs, well, the middle trim usually ends up as the best seller. See, it has most of the bells and whistles that can be found in the top spec trim, like let's say the Titanium, but at a more pocket-friendly price level. Now, how pocket-friendly, you may ask? Well, take this Ford Everest Sport right here. This, my friends, retails for only 2,089,000 Philippine pesos, which makes it already a solid contender in its price category. Now, the Everest Sport may only be a mid-spec trim, but its front fascia is nearly identical to the higher titanium trim. You see, the Everest Sport also gets these C-shaped LED DRLs here, plus full LED headlights and LED fog lights. Now friends, if you're not really fond of chrome, then this Everest Sport will be the Everest for you, because instead of getting a chrome front grille here, the Everest Sport gets a glossy piano black finish front grille. Plus, I do believe that this Everest Sport is the only Everest in the local lineup that gets this Everest lettering on its hood. Here on the side, the Everest Sport is the dark twin of the Everest Titanium 4x2. You see, instead of getting chrome bits and pieces here, well, the Everest Sport swaps them out for blacked out pieces. We get a pair of blacked out roof rails here, blacked out door handles, blacked out power folding side mirrors with LED turn signals, a pair of black step boards, and even the front fender trim is also blacked out with black turbo lettering. Now we also get a blacked out sport decal here on the front doors, and if you'll take your attention to the wheels, well, the 20-inch alloy wheels here have also been blacked out. Now behind these wheels, we get the same mechanical bits that are found in the entire Everest lineup. We get 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes here, and for the suspension, well, the Everest rides on double wishbones up front. Yeah, I know, I said MacPherson's in my Ranger review video, but dude, I haven't seen the specs of the Ranger at that time, so yeah, sue me. Anyway, we have double wishbones up front and a solid axle coil spring for the rear suspension. Now, the ground clearance of the Everest stands at 223 millimeters, which is pretty much expected already in its SUV class. The rear end of the Ford Everest reminds me of all things, well, of a VW T-Cross. Now that's mainly because of the design of its full LED taillight units here. This is really more of a one-piece design, but granted, the Everest does get Everest lettering here for added distinction. Still guys, this rear end just has a resemblance to the VW T-Cross, but since the Everest has also grown by around 2 inches when it comes to width, well, you could really see that it is the much larger vehicle here. Now gentlemen, the Everest Sport, despite being a mid-spec trim, also comes with a power liftgate there, and once you have that liftgate open, well, you'll notice that even with the third row seats in use, we still get a medium-sized luggage here that can fit right there behind the third row seats. Now that just shows you how big this new Ford Everest is. Now in case you need more space than what you can get with the third row seats in use, well, you'll have to tumble the third row seats down. And as you can see, they do fold flat, and once the third row seats are out of the way, well, you can fit 1, 2, 3, and a 4th medium-sized luggage, which already tells you that this Ford Everest is one big boy. Now before we go to the engine itself, well, gentlemen, the first thing that I notice here is the Everest still has a hood prop here, which is a bit of a bummer for me. You see, this is a heavy hood, and it's a pretty tall vehicle, so a pair of hood struts would have been sweet in the Ford Everest. Now that that's out of the way, guys, well, this is the same engine that can be found in the other Everest 4x2 trims. This, my friends, is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel motor that puts out 168 horsepower and 405 Newton meters of torque. Power is still sent to the rear wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now friends, this is a decent engine with a decent level of power output, but if you're craving for more power, well, you can always opt for the top spec Everest Titanium 4x4, which is equipped with a more potent bi-turbo diesel engine. When you hop inside the cockpit of this Everest Sport, well, the first thing that you'll notice when you compare it to an Everest Titanium is that we lack a panoramic moonroof. In fact, guys, save for the panoramic moonroof, a slightly smaller infotainment screen, and the lack of ambient lighting, well, this Everest Sport is practically the same cockpit as the one found in the Everest Titanium 4x2. So if those bits and pieces are not really a big thing for you, then this Everest Sport presents a really strong case. You see, it still gets black leather seats here that come with power adjustments for both the driver and the front passenger. And we also have a leather-wrapped steering wheel here that can also adjust for tilt, and it also telescopes. So yeah, that's good news for taller drivers. Now, if you look at the digital gauge cluster here, guys, well, it's the same one that's found in the Everest Titanium trim, And when you go over to the infotainment screen here, guys, as I said, we get a slightly smaller 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system versus the 12-inch that's found in the titanium trim. But friends, 10 inches is hardly small. I mean, it's hardly small at all. I mean, yeah, I'd love to have 10 inches. But anyway, this 10-inch touchscreen infotainment screen comes with Ford's MySync 4, and it also has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and the image of a reverse camera. Heck, it even comes with a Sketchpad app that I first saw in the Ranger, and it's now telling you to subscribe to Reagan's Rides. Seriously guys, please click that subscribe button. Please, okay? Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Anyway guys, as for the safety bits of this Everest Sport, well, as you're now seeing on your screen, yeah, the Everest Sport kinda lacks in the driver assist department. But here's the thing. If you want to get driver assist aids in a Ford Everest, you'll have to spring for another 400,000 Philippine pesos because it's only available in the top spec Everest Titanium 4x4. Now guys, aside from that, well, we also have a USB port found here behind the auto-dimming rear view mirror, which should help you with your dash cam duties. And we also have a fully automatic, well, climate control system here. Is this automatic? I do believe it is, or maybe it's not. Yeah, there's nothing that says auto, so I doubt it. So we just have a regular climate control system here, guys. And we have a wireless charge pad, that one I'm sure. We've got a wireless charge pad there. We also have an electronic park brake here with an auto hold feature baked into the infotainment system. I mean, seriously, Ford? I mean, dude, all it took was a button that you can place here beside the electronic park brake button, and it would have been more intuitive. But as it is, the auto hold feature is baked into the infotainment system right there. We also have a couple of cup holders here, guys, which I will subject to my clean canteen test. But this being a Ford vehicle, I'm sure it will pass. See, it easily passes my clean canteen test. That's no problemo, sir. Alright guys, so other than that, we also have a small receptacle here for your smart key fob. We do have an engine push start button there, and we have a couple of glove boxes here for a lot of stuff. Now as for the cabin materials, well, this is a good mix of plastics. We do have some plastics on the dashboard here, but we do have some nice padded leather on the door cards. And I love the design of the door handles here, which really reminds me of the F-Series of Ford. And yeah, other than that, guys, it looks like a pretty modern cabin as far as mid-size SUVs go. The Everest Sport has grown by 2 inches in terms of width, and that, my friends, can be felt here at the back seat. You see, we get more shoulder room here, and it just feels more spacious, despite the fact that we don't even get that panoramic moonroof in the Everest Titanium. Now, in terms of absolute space, I'm 5'6". This is my driving position here, and I get a whopping 8 to 9 inches of knee room and a good 4 to 5 inches of headroom. As I said, guys, space is really a good advantage here in this new Everest. Now, in terms of the amenities, well, this Everest Sport does get a decent set of amenities. Well, we get ceiling-mounted AC vents there with its own blower control here in the back seat. And we also have a pair of USB charge ports, a USB-A and a USB-C. Plus, we also have a center armrest with a couple of cup holders. Now, the only thing that's missing here in the Everest Sport's second row seats versus the Everest Titanium is the 230-volt home socket. But seriously, guys, it's not really a big deal. The Ford Everest has one of the more spacious third row seats amongst the 7-seater mid-size SUV class. And yes, this new Everest also boasts of the same distinction. You see, at 5'6", guys, it's quite comfortable here in the third row. I still get around an inch worth of knee room here, and the headroom is around 2 inches. Now, in terms of comfort, guys, well, we do get ceiling-mounted AC vents here, so I should be cool and comfortable here at the back. Plus, I also have a pair of cup holders for your drinks. And yeah, I don't see any charge ports except for a 12-volt outlet here. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't get any USB charge ports here at the third row seats. The Ford Everest Sport is the most distinctive Everest in the local lineup, trading its chrome bits here for some sporty-looking blacked-out pieces. It also doesn't stray too far from the top spec titanium in terms of kit and performance, making it, well, in my opinion, the most bang for the buck Ford Everest in the local lineup. Thanks for watching.